What is this at today? 10, yeah, it's going up. Okay. Cool. So we want to end up getting your cost per result down on this. But you have multiple ad sets here, you know? Are these different? I mean, are these just different audiences but same products?
Okay. Yeah, if you go back there, so the top one is that's our purchase pixel, 1 to 10. And
Okay.
then the other ones are interest audiences, which are, and then the purchase pixel is excluded from there. One is like for some sunglass companies, and then the other one is our customer list from 614, and then the lookalike audience for 1 to 10 through that. So it's basically the same as the purchase pixel, but what I found is by doing it this way, this is set up, this one right here on the bidding. You know, you bid per, or not bidding, cost control, target cost. And so I have duplicate audiences, because if not, what'll happen is if one of those for the day is running high on the per purchase, it'll quit running it. So I basically kind of have it duplicated to where it'll, you know. And what's funny is this women's one actually gets the most clicks, the most action, but it's one of the smaller audience sizes.
Okay. Yeah. So essentially what I'm seeing here is right now you have essentially one ad set that has more than 50 purchases in the last 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
So it has anything that has more than 50 purchases in the last 7 days is going to have more consistent results. It's going to exit learning, and it's probably going to have the lowest cost per result in a lot of cases, right? So like when we do the last 7, you can see this one has the most purchases, and right now it's at a 551. This one's at a 521. This one's at 737, 545, 667. And then we do this week, which is essentially 7 days as well. You can see this one's at 579, right?
Mm-hmm.
649. This one doesn't have more than 50 and it's higher in cost. This one doesn't have more than 50 and it's higher in cost. This one doesn't have more than 50 and it's higher than cost. This one doesn't have more than 50 and it's higher in cost. This number didn't move but by a few pennies, if at most, even when we looked at the other 7 days. And that's because it's consistent. It's going to maintain your lowest cost per result. It's going to have an average return on ad spend, and you're going to be out of learning. And most of your budget's going to go here no matter what. Even if it's the smallest audience, even if this audience could be 3 times the size, could potentially generate 3 times the better results, but because this one's getting out of the learning and it's actually just maintaining consistent costs, the algorithm isn't even really going to do too much in these other audiences other than send a few, you know, maybe $100 its way every now and then your costs are still going to be pretty high. So you're actually capping yourself in the knees by not just having all of these audiences together and being able to scale higher, get like 250 purchases on one single ad set with one single campaign with, you know, your 2 best ads, and get your cost per purchase down to like actually like $4.50, and actually have like closer to a more average 2+ ROAS than having this structure right now. This is a really good structure and it's working, but the problem is here's your 3 opportunities here and here's your other 2. So there's really like 6 opportunities here that you could actually get better results than you're at right now. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So I mean, like,
follow you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like I could already see this being way better in terms of results if we just did those things. And because it's a cost control, essentially like we won't disturb anything here yet, but we can build out that entire campaign, set it all up the exact way it needs to be. And you'll probably see like a 10 to 20%, maybe even 30% in some cases, advertisers report of an increase in results for them. Most companies that are spending about $2,000 a day on a single campaign, it makes the most sense to do it this way. And cost control is actually fine And it can actually be really effective because you need to maintain your cost per result. You don't need something so fluctuating whenever you're spending this kind of money, like 5,000 a daily. You don't want fluctuations in your results because you could have a very profitable week, then have one down week and wipe out all your profits last week and be absolutely pissed, right? Because it's like, what the hell? We just had a great week and now we're on this week and it's all gone. You don't want that. You just want stability in your results and have a lot of stability in a bunch of different flows of campaigns. So that way your profits add up gradually over time. Make sense?
Yeah, I mean CBO was great while the cost per result was staying down. And
Yeah.
all I had to do was just keep on adding to the budget 20% every 2 days,
Yeah.
and it scaled itself. But once and if you look at the other ads, the other campaign on there, the one that says full speed, that's CBO. What are we looking at this week? You probably got to look at 7 days to really see the. So we
This
probably
week
spend
would be
more.
7 days for its
Okay,
full week.
okay, cool. Yeah. So if you look at where does it say women's full speed? Yeah, that's CBO.
I was just checking
But
your
it, but
ads.
it, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's only running one. So it's yeah, okay. It's only running one.
Yeah.
That's it.
And look here, like even like
Mm-hmm.
whenever we go to like the most recent data, I mean, the truth still holds. Like this one's at a 2 and it's getting better. But just imagine if you gave this thing like its full juice and it could do way, way, way better numbers. So let's go ahead and set that up so that way you can see what that would look like, right?
Yep.
We won't activate anything. We'll just completely structure the campaign so you can see it. So essentially all we're going to do is just duplicate this into a new campaign. We're going to name it like a CBO proven stacked because we're just going to stack them.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to show the existing on all that. We'll just duplicate this now into that campaign. And now that we have that in a new campaign here, now essentially we want to create a new audience because we don't want to use your saved. And then we need to choose everything that was in that other one. So let's just get this into another browser so we can actually have a way of looking at your audiences without having to switch around too much. So once this loads, we're going to take the audiences you had in the one that's generating a lot of purchases.
So that's all the 1% lookalikes. Now, a question, and I don't know that I ever got the really follow the answer. So when I create a lookalike audience, so these were created whatever, month and a half ago, 2 months ago. Does that lookalike audience that recreates dynamically?
Yeah, it's always
So
updating.
there's no need to.
Yeah, that's the beauty of having lookalikes because they'll always change for you as your audience is always moving. So you're always getting new people into the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because I also have it on most of these, it excludes anybody who's viewed content. So
yeah. So it looks like you had a purchase 1% of last 30. 1% last 30, purchase 1% last 30. Yep, that looks like it's it. Grab that one.
There's one off the purchase pixel, which is, I guess that's value based.
Yeah, and then initiate checkout. Last 30, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had your focus list. Focus. What did that say
It's
exactly?
female customer list. Female customer list. Yeah.
Of 1%?
Yep.
Okay. And then you have age 24 to 65 females. Oh, wait. Let me stay here. Go back to this. Okay, so we have those three audiences. Then what we're going to do is go to this one that you have here. And we're going to add in the 10% sunglass guarantee.
Okay.
That's the correct one. Yep. Then this one here. Before we add in the rest of these, let's do this
some of the other ones
month.
are going to be interest. Yep.
So 6, yeah, no, not that one. How about this one? 193. This one's at 194. What is this?
These are both
Customer exports.
Yeah, that's that female customer list, the whole 10%.
Cool. Okay, so we'll add in that one, which is customer export, you said.
Yeah, it's got to be the F, because there's an M and an F. So you want the F.
This one here?
Yeah, because I just went and separated the customers by male and female. Figured it would give a bigger audience of.
Cool. And then we're going to check one final one, which would be, yeah, we don't know. I don't think we need this one. Let's just double check. Yeah, no. Even though it has 597. Did you use this one last month? 193.
Last month,
Last week. Yeah, no way. Yeah, last week. It's a good last week, but it's starting to go down. Which one is this?
That's the 2%. That's the 519.
Oh, okay. We already have that in there.
Yeah, because it's basically in the 1 to 10%.
Right. Cool. Yeah, we got that one. All right. So essentially, we have all the audiences we need. Then what we're doing is, you want it to be the 24, right?
Yeah, it seems like we don't really get much under that 24. What's funny is actually, as much as we feel like in the stores we sell to like this really young crowd, on the web, if you look through the reviews, it's and through, I think demographics wise, we're more like
only women
age. Yep, only women on this one because it'll go to the women's page.
Cool. All right. And then your cost control. What do you want it to be under? 631.
Yeah, that's what we said. That's what I had to set it before. Yeah, 631. Mm-hmm. It seems like because the CPM of women's is so high. If I set it lower, it just doesn't even show the ad. That's the tough part about this cost control one, is it just feels like I just bottleneck myself.
Yeah, any lower you go
CBO.
on the cost.
Yeah. But I tried on Saturday mornings, I'll flip over that one that says full speed to run at CBO. And today it's running CBO right now on the men's side because the CPM is so much lower on those audiences that it works, but I couldn't run it on the
Yeah. Okay, so we have this set up now, and we need to rename this, which is going to be like your there's a lot of different lookalikes in here, so we have all that set up now, and then we want to exclude those purchases that you've had previously.
Mm-hmm. I exclude purchases. I exclude I exclude content views because I say, 'cause I've had such a bad time retargeting. I'm just like, hey, if you don't buy it when you come the first time, then I don't want to waste money showing you my ad.
Add to cart and then purchase. I agree with that. Add to cart. Cool. All right, now that you have that, then we're just going to close this out. We're going to leave it as a draft right now. We're going to go to the campaign level. Edit. We're going to switch this thing to campaign budget. And that other audience is your 2,100. So we're going to put that exact same budget in here. Cool. And essentially highest value for you in your case, you're looking to maintain your cost per result, or are you fine with having a higher return on ad spend?
I mean, yeah, I'm the one thing when I talked to the Facebook guy, he said, the problem with cost control, he said, yes, you remove your higher cost acquisition, he said, but you also remove some of your lower cost opportunities too. So, I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, I'd be fine running at CBO if the average cost was lower.
Yep. Okay, so we have this, now that's ready. And then you have these two ads, which have worked for you in the past. Are these
The video ad doesn't really do anything. Nobody really even looks at the video ad. It doesn't even get shown. It's on there, but
was that the video ad or this one here?
No, yeah, that's the video ad right there. And I think we got a few people, I guess.
Yeah, there's not much going on this one.
Yeah.
But
everybody says, oh, you need video, but
no, this is fine because you have both. So you reach more placements, but I mean, yeah, this one's loaded with social proof, so naturally the system's going to show this one a lot more.
Yeah, that's the reason I think that one works, is it has 2,000,
Cool.
likes.
Awesome. Okay, so that's the first one, right? So essentially what you would do is turn this one on, and then you would literally just start letting it run for 7 days straight, and it'll exit learning and your costs will go down. And you'll also want to turn off this one so that way you can do that. That makes sense?
Okay. Yeah, so right now we just need to click publish on it, right?
Yeah.
Until it gets approved.
Yeah. So do you want to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Cool. There's no errors on it. Anytime you duplicate an ad set into that ad set that has a CBO on it, when you duplicate it into a new campaign, it automatically says it has an error because it can't understand where the budget level went.
Okay.
So
I just ask you to clarify for me what our difference is going to be between, like, if you scroll down there to where it says, where do I have the next one where it's, free plus ship CBO 2.0 women's full speed down. It's the fifth one down.
Yeah, sorry, 1 second. I just noticed this doesn't have your
Yep.
cost cap on there. Oh no, what just
So
happened?
we're running at CBO, right? You can do that. You can run at CBO and cost cap.
Right here you have your cost cap set up. See it?
Right.
So we need the cost cap on here as well.
But it won't let you do that with CBO, right?
Yeah,
You got to set that at the.
that's fine because we have one audience, so it's not a worry. This thing needs to publish.
It takes a little time, doesn't it? So that one right there, you got your mouse over. I'm just trying to figure out what the difference on this one and the one you're doing, because this one is set up CBO, and that, like I say, that one, if you look today, it was running $8.60 per purchase. But it, like you say, and it's running, just everything's put basically in the one ad set, but I can't get the cost down running it on CBO. Like I said, on the weekend it's a little bit because there's more traffic, but overall it just doesn't. Next one down. Never mind.
This thing's loading a little slow on my end. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
I'm just trying to see what's going on with this ad set. I'm not even sure where it went. If we have to redo this, it's going to be a pain.
But
Yeah, I think we do.
if I can ask you, Chase, the
This
fifth
one
one
here?
down right here. Yeah. So that one is right now, that is set up to CBO.
Are those the exact same audiences?
Well, they're not the 1% because they're the 10%, right? So it's got the 10% purchases, 10% female customer list, 10%, all those 10% audiences.
Yeah, we don't need it to be on
In a
CBO. We just need the cost
Okay.
control set there with the one ad set. Does that make
Okay.
sense? Yeah. Because we don't want it to be lowest cost like this one. We want it to be cost cap like this. But for some reason, I guess your budget's showing up because it's not actually on the, it says it's on the campaign level, which I'm not understanding where the disconnect's happening on the ad set, but
Well, that's where I said, yeah, I changed this on these. I changed it here at the campaign level is where I changed it to cost cap from CBO.
yeah,
And then it pops up a screen where I typed in that amount for each one.
makes sense. Okay. So it looks like we have to redo that. But shouldn't take too long because we already remember what those are. You had purchase last 30, initiate checkout last 30, and then you had a add to cart in here, or what was that final one?
Was the purchase 10% and the F customer list 10%?
Yeah. This one is the 1% though for this, correct?
Yep.
Then you had a 10% of the, oh, this one's the same. Oh no, it's 614. What was this other one? The purchase? 10% purchase?
Yeah, yeah.
And those are all the audiences we had, correct? I believe we had one more. No?
It purchased 10%.
We got that one.
That top one.
Yeah, we just put that one in.
Okay. Yep.
Then we should be good.
Yeah.
Cool. Now we got to flip this thing back off of CDO so we can get this done. And it wants all the ad sets published. Got it. Yeah, your conversions are way higher compared to that other one too you saw. Like that other one gave you an average of 186 for your custom conversions lowest. This one's 300 minimum, which is way better.
Right.
Now we can switch this thing back. Yeah, we don't want it to not have a cost cap because otherwise your costs will be higher.
Yeah, because it'll go try to spend $2,100 no matter what.
Exactly. And now we can go back to your cost cap, which was the
631.
631. And then was that one accelerated on this? Is that what you were using here?
The one where it will, I don't know. All I know, talking about the detailed targeting expansion?
No, you're bidding, like if it's fine with bidding. But this one says accelerated, and that could be just because okay, cool, it's gone. Yeah, so this is published. So it's estimating like 421 purchases daily off of this one at this budget.
Okay.
And then essentially you don't want to scale anything higher than 4,200 per day on this campaign because that's where your diminished return happens. Everything after that, your ROAS is essentially going to start decreasing here. Cool.
Okay. So we're good with the 2,100 on this.
Yeah. And one other thing I want to check is you have last 7 or 1 day views set up on this. all I want to do is just check your 1-day click versus your 7-day click. So that way we can see which optimization event's generating a better result. So this is going to get a little, so that way we can see exactly which event we want to optimize for because you have the data in this ad account. So we'll click reports and then we'll do,
the men's.
we just need to go to ads reporting.
And
where is your ads reporting?
So, like I said, I would turn off CBO except for on the weekend, except for Saturday and Sunday, because during the week it would get so expensive, and I would run it just that cost control, and it would scale way down. It would go from like, $2,500 or $3,000 in sales, or $4,000 in sales on Saturday and Sunday, and then to go down to like 1,000 or 1,200 on the weekdays. And of course, the ad spend would go way down. So, with the way we're setting it up here, will it be able to run during the week, in your opinion?
We'll see, right? As
Yeah.
it goes on. Why you don't have ads reporting in your business manager?
What's that?
Where it's so that way we can like pull a report on your analytics and get actually more detailed. There's way to, we can get way more analytics than what provides us here, and that's what I'm essentially needing to look at, so that way we can make a better decision on what the optimization event needs to be. And typically your ads reporting is always like right here, but yours seems to be missing. I guess they haven't rolled it out for you, or maybe they renamed it or something for you. A lot of times, like some tools aren't always available for individuals.
Yeah, because I'm not an agency.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. There's one other spot it would be in. It doesn't look like you have it at all. That's fine. Here's how we can also do it. So right here, your attribution, we just want to see 1-day click versus 7-day click of this. And then your results for the cost per result. Okay, so yeah, your cost per purchase is actually cheaper based off this. So 7-day click's actually better for you. Let's just double check with a bigger set of data. Still better. Still better. Okay, that makes sense. And then we'll just compare 7-day click versus 1-day view.
I'm not sure I totally understand what we're doing here, but
so like right here, you see under edit, it gives you an option right here that is conversion window, 7-day after clicking a 1-day view. It's going to use this to optimize your results. So it's either going to choose people who've clicked on your ad, and it's going to optimize by going after individuals who purchased over the last 7 days after clicking, or it's going to optimize for 1-day view of anybody who viewed your ad and purchased, just never even clicked on it, just purchased without actually doing anything on your ad. And this right here is telling us these results. Since you have enough data, these are a little bit more accurate, but this one's based on a 1-day click. So our conversion event isn't based on a 1-day click. So this doesn't mean we're going to hit these numbers because we're not using the same event that this is giving us a chart on. So I want to see with them making the recommendation on 1 day click, I was just confirming if that's actually the better option. In this case, if we were to go based off 1 day click for you, your cost per purchase would actually be significantly, what is this? Oh, this is your view now, but it was about $1 more higher, you know?
Okay.
It was about 666 or something like that earlier. I saw her 650 or something. It was a little bit higher, right? But now
Okay.
I'm doing your 1 day view because that is the potential optimization event will go based off of. And if we were to literally let the event go for that, look at your cost per purchase if we were to allow it to use that event optimization. That's ridiculous. You know, like that's too high. And why would we take that chance of allowing it to do or 1 day view? So like, because you've had this set up on your other campaigns, there's been some cases where you've paid this much for a purchase. That's literally probably brings up your entire average cost per result just from that one little thing, you know? So that's why we want to go to 7 day click. So that could potentially save you an extra $1,000 a month of wasted on a single purchase when that's not necessary. Make sense?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I totally understand how they spend $1,000 on the purchase, but
So it's based off the attribution of it. So it's all like out of everybody who viewed that ad, only one of those people actually purchased on your site after never clicking on your ad. So they viewed it and they went to like the actual site and made the purchase.
okay.
So it's just no good that way. So we're doing 7 day click.
Okay.
No worries. It's the right way to go. You can read more up on it just to get the full
No,
understanding.
that's cool. I think we need to switch to just women though, right?
Cool. Everything looks good now.
Excellent. I know they changed the conversion numbers over there, but the thing is, the
It's strictly
ad
for, yeah.
is going to be a women's page. So although their data may feel differently, it wouldn't be correct.
Understood. Cool. So we're good to go on this one now, and we'll publish that. Now that that's done, essentially the only other thing is to turn off this other campaign that you have going, but after this one publishes, you would do that, like once it's active.
And right now the men's up there is already running CBO, but it's running at $8.28 per purchase. So because I've got the men's cost control one turned off because I'm running the CBO one. I've got that one right there. You're highlighting it. That's turned off right now because the CBO one's running.
This one's twice as good as the other one.
Yeah, but it won't. But like I say, on the weekend, it won't scale. It'll run a better ROA, but I can't get volume with it because of the cost control. So that's why I've been running, like I say, on the weekends I've been running CBOs, and during the week I've been running cost control. Which
No, you shouldn't do that.
I don't think that's the proper methodology, but that's the only way I can keep the cost down and then still get as much volume as I can, get as many new customers as I can on the weekend.
Yeah. So another thing is you could allow this to do, instead of a daily budget, like a weekly or monthly budget, and essentially allow it to spend, like, instead of doing 1,200 per day, you could allow it to spend like 12,000 in a single day if it's going to maintain its cost per purchase. And then you just have an overall budget. So that way it just spends as it can get the cost. So like if you're always fine with $5 purchases, it would spend as much money as possible getting $5 purchases all day. You might spend your entire monthly budget in one single day just to get your $5 purchases. That's another option. But I mean, like, you're running this one on the weekends at an $8.28 cost per purchase, and then you turn this one on whenever the week starts?
Yep. I'll turn that. Well, I'll turn that one on tonight, like it's 8 or 9 o'clock when things start to die down, and then tomorrow morning early I'll turn the CBO back on, and then tomorrow night I'll turn it back on to the cost
So
control.
this one here at your cost cap on a Sunday did $4.81. And then on Saturday it did $4.16. So it's actually fine, but you're saying it wasn't spending a lot.
Right. It didn't really, like, the sales would just trickle in. They would trickle in cheaper, but they would just, you know, and so I was like, well, I'll just pay more for the sales. I'll get a lot more customers on the weekend. I won't make any profit, but I'll get a lot more customers. But if I would follow that same philosophy during the week, it would get so expensive to get the customer running at CBO that I have to go over to the.
Why don't you raise your actual
Adjust the cost cap. I've done that a little, but like it's kind of wonky. It's not like an exact, when you adjust that cost control, like you can adjust it like up $1, and then your actual cost goes up $3.
Yeah, have you tried target costs instead?
I tried bid cap, I tried target cost. Like I say, the Facebook, I said cost cap is the one to use. I don't know. The documentation on that is just terrible to really understand how that actually.
The three differences.
Yeah.
I would still leave this one on even on the weekends though. Like even if it's trickling, just leave it on anyways. So you
But
can always be getting consistent results.
Does it not?
Even if it doesn't
fight
spin though,
its.
even if it doesn't spin, that's still fine because
not,
you're getting $4 purchases plus you get whatever's going on here.
So, but am I getting overlap between the two? Because they're
Are these
running against the
identical?
same audiences. They are pretty much.
Okay, so essentially what you do is leave this one on always because you don't want to turn it off, on, off, on, off, on. You're always just you're just going to hurt yourself. Leave it always on. And then what you do with this one is you'd have a totally separate campaign with a different audience set. I do your 10% engagements. Have you done a 10% engagement?
No.
Oh, you get so many results because everybody's engaging with your ads. So that's the thing. You get so many, there's so much good stuff that comes out of that. So I do it a 10% engagement CBO that you can run and then see how that does on the weekends and on the weekdays. And you could always leave that one and there's no competition there.
What is a 10% engagement? I don't even know what that is.
You're essentially targeting anybody who's a lookalike of people who engaged on your ad. Anybody who clicked on it, anybody who actually liked it, anybody who pressed this button, anybody who hit share. Obviously, that's showing intention. They like it, so that's good, right? So we target those individuals. People who are commenting like, hey, I bought this, tagging their friends. We would target all of those individuals as a lookalike. And that would get you really good results.
Okay. But don't set it up within the cost control. Set it up as a CBO. And then exclude the cost control audiences?
If you want to do the thing where you're just going to activate it on the weekends, you can, but I bet you it'd work week round.
I mean, I'd like I say, I would ultimately, I would rather, even if it was, running a little bit higher, if it was running more around that 40% cost or that 2.5 ROA, I would rather run CBO all the time and do the more volume. Because like I say, we have the inventory, I have the personnel to do it. I'd rather, and ultimately I feel like acquiring the most customers I can is the best long-term business decision. Like if I can email blast 100,000 people at Christmas about a special on sunglasses as opposed to 40,000 people, it's going to be a lot better for me in the long run, even if I make a few $1,000s less right now.
Understood. So we'll do a new campaign for this one just so that way you can see it.
Okay.
Well, what's going on here? Oh, you're excluding all this, but this is like by location, or what is this?
Yeah, so this is interest, so it's interest based, and then I'm excluding all the lookalike audiences that are in the same campaign.
Jeez, there's a lot going on in this thing. Okay. We don't want
Well,
to.
like I say, the guy said for Facebook said, well, you're interfering, like your people who are in ad set number 2 are competing with ad set number 1. And I thought, well, if they're in the same campaign, that shouldn't be happening, but I guess that's
Well,
not
it still
handled
does.
algorithmically.
Yeah, it still does. That's why when you're getting at scale, you got to just consolidate all of this stuff.
Yeah. So, but you can't consolidate you can have like all your interest groups in one, but you can't exclude your interest group from your lookalikes. So I excluded the lookalikes from the interest group.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't be doing interest because you
Yeah.
have plenty of data. You just need more complicated lookalike audiences, like stuff you haven't done before, like the engagements. Like that's a huge. I mean, I don't want to promise any results, but almost all cases, when you have a ton of engagements on your ad and it's working really well, like it's going to be an outstanding audience. Like think of it. I mean, there's probably 100 of these different audience ideas that you probably just don't even know about, and you could totally destroy your interest audiences and not have to worry about auction competition there. You get way better results that way too. So
Well,
essentially, to build this engagement one,
okay.
we go to Facebook page.
Okay.
And which one's your page?
The sunglass guarantee is this one.
This one?
Yep.
Okay. Everyone who engaged with your page.
Does that include
page,
my ad?
Yep. Engagements. 365 days. Then we're just doing this. We're going to hit create audience. And we're going to do create a lookalike. And we're going to make it a 10% because, I mean, we need a lot of audience for our spend. And so that way we don't have to worry too much. Create audience. And now everybody who's ever engaged with the ads is a lookalike based off of those individuals, which is a lot of people to be used for this data. So that's good. Now, I don't know how much of this is going to take away from here. So I have no idea what the overlap rates are. We can leave this in here. It would make more sense for this to all be consolidated into one, if anything, because I don't know how much this is going to take away from the performance of this with this many big lookalikes in here. So we'll see.
Yeah, I feel like I should just throw all my lookalikes in one audience.
Yeah, and that's what we just did with
I
the
mean,
other one.
Is that what you're trying to? Because like this right now, what we're doing right here is you look at the bottom, it's lookalike plus those are interests at the bottom that are added in there, which are these huge audiences because it's interest group sunglasses engaged shoppers, which is like 40 million.
Yeah. So essentially, like there's two opportunities here. There's one, we can continue to set the cost caps, which will always get you maintain results,
Mm-hmm.
And if we do that, that's great because you're going to maintain your cost per result. But the thing is with this, the good thing about it is the more of these we have per each campaign, the more likely you'll have a larger amount of spend on the weekends that is converting at a low cost. So rather than have to worry about one campaign producing 125 and you have a lot of spend on one with a really high cost per result, that's a CBO, you could have a bunch of campaign cost caps with little to no overlap as well, and then also be able to generate a lot of sales on the weekend that way.
But the way to remove the overlap is to exclude the other lookalike
Yeah, but it'd just be,
audiences.
yeah, but the best option is to just put them all together. So,
And then just cost cap it, put them all
mhm.
together, and then put a cost cap on it.
Yeah. What was that cost cap you had? The 620 something?
On the men's, actually, I didn't lower because we had 601 on the men's, but we can do 620. It doesn't matter. You know, it's, let me see. Oh, you're in my other company now. Hold on, you switch over headset.
Oh, this one doesn't say cost control because you don't have it here. It's on this one.
Yeah, because the one, like I say, the one is a CBO, and then the one is,
Yeah, this one's performing a lot better.
the men's one, because the CPM is so much lower, like 30% lower to advertise to the men's uh, audiences, the women's audiences.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's across the industry or if that's just, you know.
Is this in every single one of your audiences, this right here?
No. This is just this top one is a sunglasses. That's a sunglasses interest. There's two interest audiences. That one that says sunglasses set southeast, and the one that says Old Navy. So like people who like Old Navy and engaged shoppers, they're in there. There are people who like
Yeah,
sunglasses.
because
But then I removed all of the lookalike audiences from them.
so this one's engaged shoppers.
Yeah, engaged shoppers and Old Navy, I think. Or knock around, so that's sunglasses, something that one. So anybody like knock around sunglasses and engaged shoppers. And then when you put that targeting expansion on it, it made it.
Okay, so it looks like it works both cases for you, with or without it. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, these are huge audiences, so that's fine. Okay, so now we just need to set this to min. It already is at 24. You got your 10% engagements. Then you just want your daily budget. What do you want that set to?
1,200.
1,200.
As many $5 sales as it can give me. I
Yeah,
like
there
that
you go.
idea. I like that one. I mean, you know, take as much money as you want. Just keep it to $5 a sale.
Yeah, that's why we're doing cost cap. Like it's not worth at this point for you to be doing just wide open, like let the system, run like it's the Wild West. We got to set it within its boundary and then have, large spinning caps so we can just let this thing roll. If you're always maintaining your costs, we're good to go. In this one, can we just turn back on? I mean, I don't even see why we have this one off.
Yeah, well, only because I'm running the one up top that says the free plus
Yeah, so
ship
the
CBO, because I'm running that one
hesitation
right
there
now.
would be that the competition happens. I say
Yeah,
even with that one on right now, how much has it spent today? 359. What did that do last weekend? 644, but it didn't spin that much. Okay. Yeah. Essentially, you don't want to be doing this one moving forward anymore. Just leave this one on always. And then if this engagement one's producing, then that can always be on as well. And that'll double it up. So like, let's say you're averaging a 460. If you're getting 30 purchases per day on the weekend, what are you averaging on every single weekend? Just so we can get an idea. So about 178 spend, that's not much. And then this one was a little bit more spend, 321.
Yeah, July is when, I mean, I like to get back to July numbers if it's possible.
Yeah, so you could have both of those on, and if they're both doing 300, then you're spending a lot closer to that spend. Yeah. And you'd probably be getting a lot more purchases too. Cool. Yeah, so those are set up now that you have those. And that's what we should test now. But I mean, we should definitely follow up on this and continue working on it because there's still a lot of opportunities we can go after. Realistically, we need to get your like thing simplified down to a good cost structure. So that way you can have a scalable cost cap.
Okay, so right now I'm turning off this CBO, and turning the other one back on.
That's what I'd recommend.
Right.
But you know, if you're comfortable with the idea of having that higher spend just to get a lot more purchases, that's cool. But I'd say like the opportunity would be to have more per campaign, like more campaigns that are running, so that way at all cost caps, so that way you can have that spend at the same as the other one, but maintaining your actual result.
Okay. So I guess I'm still little not. So let me just move the mouse for a second. So this guy is this is the one that's cost cap right here.
Yep.
Okay. And then this one is CBO. So if I turn this guy on, they're competing with each other.
That's right.
But if I turn this one on and turn this one off, and then this one is going to be using an ad set cost cap, right? Or
Yeah.
that's ad set CBO, basically.
Yeah, it's ad set cost cap. I don't know why it's not showing up on this level because your other ones are doing it.
Because because it's at the ad set maybe as opposed to the campaign. So,
Yeah, but it won't let
okay,
us.
so
It wasn't showing that you could switch it. So
I've got that off. So I've got both of my regular ones that run during the week. Those are running, and now I've got 10% engagement. But we're just running this for men, so we're not running this 10% engagement for women's. So I need the same thing for women's as well. Correct, right?
yeah,
And do they go? Do I just put them in this? Do I just put the 10% engagement into this audience here?
which one? In this one? No,
This
you don't put
women's
it in here.
audience?
No, you don't put the 10% here yet.
Okay.
First, see if it works. It should get a really good cost per result, but you don't want to put one in here if you don't know if it works yet. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah, because we're using it on the
Yeah, we know these work
right now.
Yeah, so let's see if it works there, and if it does, we'll add it into the women's because it'll likely be the same.
Right.
And then you'll be good.
Okay.
Now, this
And then,
retargeting needs to be turned off. You don't need a link clicks campaign going. Your cost per purchase right now is $22.
yeah.
Turn that one off. And then honestly, you need to create a retargeting campaign. And you could also do your cost cap there on your retargeting.
Okay.
How big?
Maybe I'm doing the wrong audiences on the retargeting. I don't know. Or maybe
Yeah,
my creative is terrible or
I
something. I
imagine
don't
that
know.
you're.
Everybody, all I hear is retargeting, and it's
Yeah.
terrible for me.
When I saw it too, I was like, man, what's going on in here?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we can get it fixed. So essentially, like, what is all this? Okay. You essentially just treat it like have the same ad. You can have the same ad in there. You can set your daily budget to what we would need to do is just check your events manager just to see how many events you even have for view content add to cart. So you likely just do like a 3-day add to cart if you have a ton of add to carts coming through. Let's see.
Oh, we're in the wrong. We're in the wrong. No, you don't want to. I've got this all screwed up, Chase. That sunglass guarantee I never used because I thought that what was going to happen is when I did post, it would show up as Talraise. So this is the Talraise
Oh,
business
okay,
manager,
gotcha.
and that's the sunglass guarantee business manager.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. You have different business managers for these.
I don't know if I did that right. Like I said,
That's how it is.
it's the way
So
it
this
is.
one's
Yeah.
the correct one?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So where are your add to carts? Okay, 30,000. Absolutely. Your retargeting should be flying off the absolute charts. So let's do last 3 days. Yeah, okay. So you have 1,700 add to carts. And then this last 28, you're only matching. How many people are you matching up this thing? 6%? Or you have such low match rates.
I don't know what that means either.
Means that out of all those add to carts, Facebook's only linking it to a profile for 6. So out of 100 people who added to cart, Facebook's only pairing it with 6 people out of 100.
Oh wow! And all my traffic is coming from Facebook.
Yeah. So I guess a lot of people aren't even like entering their email when they get to your added cart page.
Yeah, they're just mainly entering their shipping info to find out how much it's gonna.
Hmm.
I guess there's some. So I'm doing some. I'm getting 5% or 6% from the from
Yeah.
Klaviyo from my
So
abandoned cart email.
let's just go here and make a quick retargeting because I'd hate to see this how much you're leaving on the table. So just new campaign. This one will be retargeting. And then where is the misspelling in this thing? Oh, retargeting. That's correct. And then what we'll do is do a 3-day for this one. We're going to take out this lookalike. We're going to take out the rest of this stuff. And remove this, remove that. This one's going to be for men.
Okay.
And this one is going to be add to cart. You probably don't have a 3-day in here.
No, I got add to cart 7 in there.
Yeah, so you should have add to cart 3 and add to cart 7 and an add to cart 21, and then that's it. Then your view content should be a 14-day view content. So that's going to be your retargeting structure for an account like this with this much data. So we just need to go to your website. We need to get your add to carts. We need to shave this down to 3 days. Add to cart 3-day and just create that audience. And now that you have that,
You don't really want the budget on that one.
yeah, so your budget,
Says reach is less than 10. I guess it's because it's making the audience right now.
yeah, exactly. Don't need this in here.
No.
Don't need expansion on. It's retargeting. I mean, your budget should be much higher than this, honestly.
For retargeting, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like when you have 4,000 something rolling through, I mean, you need a lot going on.
Yeah, it did say that the Shopify thinks that we had a lot of traffic.
All right, we'll leave it at the cost cap. It doesn't make any sense to me to do like $20 and have a cost cap of 6 because you're going to see like 4 purchases. That seems so crazy. You know, like when you have retargeting like this, you should be getting like 100 purchases from this thing. Not from your 3-day, but from all the audiences combined, you know?
Okay.
Let's leave your cost control out for this round because unless we have like, we'll use that one whenever we have like an audience where it's like bigger than 10,000, then it makes sense because then we can have like a $100 daily budget and stuff for your retargeting. Then switch this back to 7-day. Are these the ads in here that, yeah, I believe they are the best ads.
I mean, those are our regular ads right there. So that'll show them just our standard ad with all the likes and everything like that. And the retargeting one that I had before, it's got this collage. It's got a bunch of the 5-star picture reviews on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's any good. But I mean, it's,
yeah. So another thing is, do you have an add to cart page?
yeah, I've got the, well, so the cart, you can add right on the screen. You can click I'm going to run this for a second. Okay, so you can click this and then you would have added the cart, right?
Okay. All right, view cart.
Now, yeah, you can view cart here. Yeah, you got this guy, or you can proceed to
Stay right here.
checkout.
Stay right here. Okay. Now we'll take this because if they've added a cart, why send them anywhere else other than to the cart? You know, that's like you getting groceries, taking your little cart up to the checkout, and then you ditch your groceries, leave the store, and then we say, hey, you left your cart in there, finish completing checkout, and when you do it, you grab them and you take them back to the product in the aisle. It's like, no, take them to the cart because they already added all their stuff in there. You know,
okay.
Like, don't take them back to the aisle. Take them to the cart. We need them to check out. So that's what we want to do. Make sense? From a logical reason.
Yeah, I like it. Yes.
You don't make somebody go to the product in the aisle, you make them go back to their cart to finish, checking out. And in this case, all we're gonna do is just duplicate this ad. We'll leave both of these in here because they've worked for you. So they'll probably continue to get, work and get the spend, but we'll just duplicate it into this original campaign. So that way we don't reset anything on your actual ads in terms of
Yeah.
social proof. That's the last thing we need to do.
Hurts a little bit on that part.
And then let's just go ahead and drop in this actual link. So that's where they'll go. And instead of saying free sunglasses, I mean, we could do the same exact wording, or we could say like, complete your checkout now, right?
Yeah.
Or we
Like
could
I say,
leave
my
it.
retargeting stinks, man. I would just close my eyes and trust that you have done this once before.
Yeah, let's hope it's
Or
more than
100
once.
times.
Yeah, let's hope it's a
Okay, I
little bit
was
more than
thinking. I
that.
think I was thinking it was more than once.
Yeah, let's hope it's more than once.
Think
So we'll do /cart. We'll leave it the same. Typically what we do is like, say we could test like a finished checkout now, or like, please complete your purchase, but we'll keep it simple. Since we know this copy works for you, we'll just leave it the same. And essentially this is going to be a good test in general because they're exactly the same. And the only difference is that you're actually going to have this one go to the cart.
I'm getting. There are people clicking it. There have been people who clicked the on the other one when we set up to clicks. The purchases weren't there, but they were clicking the ad at a decent rate. But it sounds like yeah. And change it to shop now. I like it.
Yeah, because it's a little bit closer into the funnel, so we need a more direct call to action to get them to do this thing. They ain't learning anything. They're going to the cart. They've already learned.
Yeah.
So we'll do that, and we'll see how it goes. It has very minimal
Now
spin, so I mean,
one
like, we don't
that
know.
one's the video, so
This
that one's
one?
actually not that one I think we just copied was the video.
So this isn't the one that actually
Was it?
has.
That's not all the social proof one. Yeah. That
Okay,
one is.
this one is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll also duplicate this one then, but it's going to be an existing post, so. Okay. So we'll duplicate this and also add in that same exact thing on this one.
Yeah, because we will lose all the social proof on it, but it will show up. I don't know, for some reason it seems like the static images show up more than videos do.
They do.
But all my stuff shows up on the news feed anyway, so I went and looked
static
at that
stuff
one
hits way more placements than video. Everybody says video, but your static is always going to be in every single placement. Videos die out really quickly because like you remember a video way more than you do an image. So the problem is like you can oversaturate your audience so quickly with videos. Like it just burns them out.
Right.
We don't need that. So essentially the only thing we're doing here is switching this thing back to create new post, create ad, and you're going to, is this copy different from the video?
Nope.
Okay.
So I guess we could copy the video and just
Yeah, I
change
was
the
just
image.
about to say, then what are we doing?
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's just do that instead. That's way faster. if you want to go ahead and select that, select it, it might be faster on yours because I don't think we have the slow lag behind on my end. And then essentially once you have this in place, you would have your add to cart, the next set, which is the 7, then the 21 add to cart. Each have their own budget on the ad set level.
Oh, you know what else too? I guess this is the one just for the men's, right? Yep. Because we're showing the men's glasses in this picture, so it's a lot better for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on it,
so
yeah.
that picture's added.
And then you can change the name and everything. The rest of this is fine. And then you're just going to delete that one that we duplicated that we're not going to use as well. Cool.
And just publish, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then you're going to delete that other one that you're not going to use, that other copy. I don't think it's that one. Oh, yeah. No. Is it that one?
This one says copy on it, right? Or
no, it's the new ad copy.
a new ad copy. Okay. Come on, man.
And then I won't be able to stay with you through each, setup of the next add to carts, but you'll do your 7-day add to cart. You'll just duplicate this audience, 20 daily, 7-day add to cart. Then you'll do your 21-day add to cart, and then you'll duplicate and do your 14-day view content.
And they're all set to $20.
Yeah, that's
daily
fine.
budget.
Yeah, you can adjust it as you start to see the results come through.
Okay. So I just duplicate this and then just change the audience.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. And delete this.
And you can exclude each set as you do it.
Okay, so the next one
with your 7, you can exclude your 3, and then with your 21, you can
exclude my 7 because that'll have the 3 and the.
Yeah.
I don't got to make it 20 different. And then I do the same thing for women after that.
Exactly.
Okay. Alrighty. So what are we? How does this go?
Yeah. So now you have access to the program. So you'll go to your email. You'll access it. You'll access the login information and everything, right? And you'll have access to the videos. Those are going to be valuable, but with your account set up already where it's at, like you don't want to use the early information. Essentially, what's going to be more valuable to you is like us doing these calls, because like, the amount we cover on a single call, as I'm sure you can tell, is a lot in one session. So like over time, as we do more of these, there's going to be so much progress made. Essentially every Monday and Wednesday, literally you only have to register once and then you'd be able to join these calls. So on Monday, we have one at 12 p.m. Central. Wednesday, we have one at 6 p.m. So this is where you register for those calls. And then we'd be able to get on, share a screen, and go through that every single week. And if you don't join one week, that's fine. Just whenever you have time, we can do it, right? And then if you have any additional questions, you can post it in the group as well. That's the quickest way. And then also, you'll have access to all the previous recorded trainings from all calls too.
Okay, yeah, because I think we have something. It's a bit different on the Talrays because it's not free glasses. So we do want to, I don't know, I guess maybe on one of the calls or something, we'll go through and figure that guy out, because
yeah,
they're really a lot nicer classes. We want to get something going over there too.
Well, awesome.
Okay, great.
Well, I'm super excited about it. I'm looking forward to seeing some results from this. We made a lot of changes. We did your retargeting. We did your new lookalikes. We consolidated some campaigns. We switched them, focused more on cost control. So that way you can have some of these campaigns running evergreen, so that way you don't have to turn them off on. We also changed your optimization event from or 1-day view to 7-day clicks, so that way you get more consistent results, and that way the data is actually using that time frame versus just doing people who've never actually clicked on your ad. We went after the engagements because that was a big opportunity that we saw there. And then also highlighting that you're going to have each different segment for your retargeting, so that way you can have a more streamlined structure for that side and start getting purchases on that overall, so that way we can make this account more consistent.
Can you kind of give me an expectation about when I would start to see?
After 7 days, you should start to see the results consistently. Your cost per purchase should be within the same range you're seeing now, if not a little bit better in terms of cost per purchase. If it's anything significantly higher after 7 days, turn it off, of course. Don't give it any more time than that. And now you're just wanting to get your results on a consistent level, so that way you can have like a good cost per purchase that you can actually start scaling from.
Yeah, it looks like right now I've went from 40 visitors on the site to 5 visitors. So I guess that's from the flipping the one off and flipping the other one on.
Exactly.
So, but I guess once those others, the 10% engagement and the proven stacked, come on, that will
start to climb back up. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So I'll talk to you. The next call you said is when?
Monday or Wednesday. So 2 days from now or on Wednesday.
So you just sign up for one. You don't sign up for both.
You can sign up for both.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to you Monday then.
Perfect. Awesome. Alrighty, Eric. I really appreciate it. And I mean, once again, I'm looking forward to the results.
Okay. And questions I put on the group?
Yeah. Any questions there, just feel free to add it to the group. If I end up seeing it, I'll be able to get back to it as soon as I can. If not, there's also people in there that are always commenting, back from people who've already had success. I mean, there's people in there that are spending 138,000 a month. We have people spending 300K a month in there. So people are, a lot to learn from the guys who are already spinning the big leagues as well.
Okay. Phenomenal.
Awesome. Alrighty, Eric. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Chase. All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.